Hi, this is Jim Starkweather with the Kitmaker Network, and this is another episode of Cracking the Box. We've got multiple boxes this time. These are some kits recently arrived from MPK Modelbau in Switzerland. We've seen previous releases from either this maker in terms of the actual production of the plastic, obviously. The boxes are very similar to the blue cat models that we did recently, the 1/48 scale. And I've seen from various bits and pieces in the products themselves relation to a Mako. So all these three companies have some kind of connection together. I'm not sure what it is. But these three kits are models 7201, 7202, and 7208. So I'm seeing some kind of product number skippage here, but looks like obviously the first two releases and then a later release, which should be probably means they have other kits planned in that series. These are the Panzerjäger Marder II, the Zugkraftwagen 1T, which is DMAG Type 7. Obviously, I believe that's what the Blue Cat ones were in 1/48 scale. So if you're more of a 1/48 scale builder, you may want to check those out. But if you're a 72nd scale builder, we're going to take a look at these kits and see what's what. Obviously, these two kits, the two Type 7s are very similar. The only real difference between these two is the decal sheet, from what I've been able to see, and the coloration of the plastic, which they did kind of a light beige for the DAK and the more gray for this model. Okay, so let's take a look, shall we? I'll get my little table set up here. Go to the blue screen effect. Let's take a look at the Martyr first. Give you more of a view here of the first plastic sprue. There's a piece kind of broke off here, but it looks like it's otherwise in good shape. This has the upper hull, obviously, the side skirts, some nice detail here with, I believe, some of the gun mounting position, gun fixing stuff. And you guys are always laughing about my terminology, I'm sure, but I don't know the exact names for these things. I just know what they do. Some nice anti-skid flooring here. Try to get in a little closer because you can see maybe some of the finer details. I have to fix my focus to do that, though. And let's see here. So you can see for a 1/72nd scale kit, it does have some nice detail, some little wiring detail there on the side of that piece. Here's the more close-up view of the top of the front deck, and you can see some of the bolts and so forth in there for the kind of gun shield mantlet, if that's what they call that for that type of tank. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a mantlet, but it would be a lower shield or lower guide or something like that. So here's the other. There's two plastic sheets, and here's the other one. Again, here's some detail for the underside carriage. You can see some push marks there on the bottom that probably would need to be filled, but otherwise, some of the sprockets and road wheels. Again, I'm not sure that depression right there would be typical. If that's a seat, I'm not sure if that's a seat. I guess it might be. Have to look on the instructions to see what that part is. Nice detail there on the muffler, though. Yeah, really. I mean, for a 72nd scale kit, there's really some good detail here in these bits. Is that a? No, I'm not sure what that is. I won't speculate. So, sorry. And here's some of the side. These are actually let me pull back a little bit so you can see more at range here what all this stuff is together without, there we go. So, yeah, so some of the side, obviously, I'll flip that over and you can see the actual external detail. Let me get back into it's kind of, I wish this webcam would zoom accurately, but unfortunately if I try to put it not on manual, it'll sometimes just stick on being blurry. I have to wait for like 10 seconds for it to figure out it needs to refocus. So you can see on the shovel there's a little, a little bit of, I guess that would be a push point. Not really sure why that's come out that way. Or maybe it's just an attachment point to attach it onto have a flat section to attach it on the vehicle or have it stick off the vehicle. Here's the gun shields. Both, they go together obviously to create the full effect. And you can see some really nice details, some hinging there, whatever the springs, whatever that is. Flip it over so you can see the other side. There's the front of the, I think that's the front shield there. But yeah, some really nice details. There's the gun barrel, two-piece arrangement, some of the adjustment wheels, and looks good. All right, let's move on and maybe zoom back out a bit so you can see the manual and other stuff that comes with it. It's blurry. Yes, I know. Okay, so here's the manual, which looks pretty good. Here's the front side. Actually done in a little bit of color. And kind of a step-by-step, obviously, through. And say that it does have some German and some English. So those Swiss, they speak 3 languages. Well, not all of them speak 3 languages, but, very multilingual. So let's move on. They've got an insert here for some camouflage and various markings. Some nice job there. I mean, you don't expect to get this kind of stuff sometimes with the smaller scale kits. And they're related. They must be related to Mako as well, because they've got Mako kits on the other side here, and the Blue Cat model kits up here. So I'm not sure what the difference between the Mako and this new line is, which I believe they're calling MK72, because even the kits are somewhat marked for those. But again, here's the full sprue sheets again for if anybody is looking for scale reference. There's my hand, and the decal sheet. Decal sheet. I'll try to zoom in for that. Oops, hold it up properly here. Get off autofocus, and let's see how close we can get. Oh, that's pretty close. You can see, get my finger out of the way here. Some, not close enough. Some nice detail. Very wunderbar. All right, so moving on. This is the decal sheet. We're going to compare decal sheets for the D-mags. So here's the decal sheet, obviously, for the non-DAC version, the regular Type 7. And that looks good. And then this is you'll notice the white palm trees with the Nazi symbol, which obviously tell us it's DAK, Deutsche Afrika Korps. Yes, I do know what that is. Okay, so here's the, let me zoom out a bit here. Here's the 2 different versions, and as I said, they're color coded, and you can see they are the same, the same exact mold, just on a different color plastic. So I'll just cover this one in gray, if you don't mind. So let's see if we can. I'm going to leave my auto zoom on, see if this actually works. No, see, it doesn't work. Yeah, there we go. That's actually a good level there. So we can see some of the parts here. And there's the front of the cab area there. I'm not sure what that ring is used for. The underside of the main chassis. There's some little road wheel connection points there. Overall, really nice detail. It looks similar, obviously, to the 148 scale. I'm not sure they obviously have changed the mold slightly. I would think. I would go back and pull those kits, but I don't have them anymore. We sent them off for review, I believe. And here's the other side, just to give a more detailed shot there. In the hood, you can actually see the little rough. This looks like it's a little potentially over dramatized, but you could probably sand it down a bit. Or sometimes in a small scale kit, you probably want features and detail to be a little bit extreme so that they'll actually show through, especially once you've painted the vehicle and so forth. But you can see on this one, it does actually say MK72, designed by Mako. So obviously they are related. So that one just has the one, and then it does include a small windshield piece of plastic here. And the manuals are not matching, but because you have distinct manuals for both, but pretty sure if we went through here, we'd notice that they essentially do the same thing. Sorry. Again, fronts of the manuals. So, they do give you two distinct manuals, but I'm betting that other than the decal placement and things like that, they're pretty much the same. I guess the jerry cans are the difference. Looking on the back, they do include the jerry cans, obviously, on the non-DAK version, but that one I guess that's the assembly difference. Is the DAK out in the desert, they've got to have more fuel. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed these little mini peeks at these new kits. Again, I'm not a 72nd scale builder, so I haven't actually been thinking about giving them one a try, but because they just look fun to build, and sometimes I see them at shows. For instance, I was at the IPMS National Show in Orlando, which I do have photos, and they will be out sometime soon. But they had some excellent entries there for 72nd scale, some stuff that really at least blew my socks off. So, and also obviously some good 48 scale stuff too. But if you're interested in these, just take a look for them. They should be available through many online retailers as well as potentially in your local hobby stores. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below, and thanks for watching.